Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. We're continuing to review and compare devices, and you can check these updates on our Twitter community at Gadget Rev now.
The LG G8 is on its third year now, and knowing that we will never have another phone like this in the future is kinda bittersweet. It's a really good phone but killed by bad marketing and awful YouTube reviews. It's really a good phone. They say it's the second best, but really in a mobile world, there's no second best. Who invented that word? It depends on your preference and what brand you trusted. It's an excellent brand, and LG G8 is an awesome phone.
So today I'll give you 10 reasons why you should own or consider LG G8 in 2022. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, my friend. Let's go!
Let's start with our first reason, the build quality. My phone is a little beat up now. It's seen the best and worst of me. I babied it for so long and brought it to active and Warzone, those fun hiking moments, swimming, and rugged adventures. I just put this phone on an OtterBox case and off I go. Sometimes I'm in a little bit of a show off. The OtterBox case comes off, leaving the phone bare for everyone to see. It has a classic premium build of aluminum frame, sandwiched by two Gorilla Glass 5. It will scratch for sure, but it's hard to break compared to a regular glass.
Next is the IP68 water and dust resistant, the protection we should always have on flagship phones.
And even people mocking this phone before, I knew that it's 3 times better compared to other flagship Chinese phones that will rob you the same amount of money. The Samsung S20 and S21 even has a plastic back. Second place, my bum. The IP68 rating allows this phone to be submerged to water 1.5 meters in 30 minutes. This is even advertised as a military grade, which will endure drop or bullet shock. It is not a lifesaver in any way, but somehow, if you're lucky, it will survive. The next reason is the gorgeous looking P-OLED screen. This is also HDR10 compliant. This is a 3-year-old phone, so it never reached a time where 90Hz is fully blossomed. It was starting back then and people see it as a fancy feature, but not needed. Things have changed today, but 60Hz is totally fine. I honestly turned this feature off to preserve battery life. For any tech reviewer that will say it is the most important thing or a deal breaker, not really. For me, battery life is more important than smooth scrolling screen. It's a nice to have, but not a deal breaker. The display is rated as being able to reach 600 nits at maximum, which you would likely want to use when viewing this phone, particularly in bright surroundings.
Our next reason is the Snapdragon 855. Not the fastest, but still one of the fastest in 2022.
In our Geekbench test, it scored a very good score of 736 in single core and 2718 in multi-cores. If you want speed comparison, it is as fast as Samsung S10e of that same year. It is still insanely fast in terms of performance. I know at one point it has an ultra setting on Mobile Legends. I'm not sure because that game changes once in a while, but this will still give you medium to high settings on heavy games. Imagine you will probably buy this cheap today, but still gives you a flagship performance. Day-to-day use as a breeze. I have no issue using this for social media, online shopping, camera, and call and text. Sadly, the processor doesn't support 5G, but for most of us, if not all, we don't really need 5G connectivity. LTE is sufficient for an everyday Joe. The next reason is the storage capacity and expansion. This year, 2022, the storage capacity should be at least 128 gigs. I know a lot of people are shooting 4K videos, downloading large games, and so many social networking and shopping apps we're using today. It's insane. We put all our files and majority of them on our phones. LG G8 has a base storage of 128 gigs, and if not enough, you can default your camera to use the SD card expansion if needed. Gladly, this phone can support up to 2 TB of MICROSD expansion. Next reason is the camera performance. Again, this phone really has a good set of cameras, and people tend to nitpick, including me of course, but this camera will perform similar to any flagship phones of 2022 in good lighting condition. The difference will be seen normally on low light condition, but if you know a thing or two about photography, night shot can be easily fixed by proper lighting condition. The photos are great. I like the colors, white balance, and exposure. It tends to smoothen my skin, which is good for those people who want beautification shots. I recorded some videos for you to see how good the camera performance is. We're testing a little bit of rear camera action. Again, in daylight condition. It's a great camera.
We're testing the selfie video recording in daylight condition. As you can see, it's a great camera video recorder. You can do vlogging on this. We're testing the low light video capability of LG G8. Since it's morning, we're going downstairs to see. And immediately you will see that there's a lot of noise on the video. And here, where there's almost no light. And that's the low light condition for you.
Our next reason is the headphone jack. Flagship phones today doesn't come with a headphone jack, so this is a really good phone for those audio jack lovers. Aside from this feature, this phone also sports a stereo speakers for those great entertainment videos. That's a great sounding stereo speakers if you ask me. Well balanced.
Next reason is the Face ID and the Hand ID. It's a little gimmicky, but at least they have it.
You can use either your face or hands to unlock your phone. When you turn on the air motion, it allows you to control this phone without touching it. You can use motions and gestures. The following multimedia apps will work on air motion. Next reason is the fast and wireless charging. Again, price to performance ratio, I will take this phone any time of the day. It supports fast charging at 21 watts. It takes 1 hour and 40 minutes to fully juice up your G8 using the charger and cable provided in the box. It is decently fast. And this phone can be charged on any cheap wireless charging in your home or public venues.
Hey, if you own LG G8 or any phones you see on our channel, we're making more videos of these phones in the future. Please hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this.
And for our last reason, the price. I've seen LG G8 for as low as $200 in used market, and with its great build quality, speed, fast charging, audio quality, and camera quality, looks like a top placer for me. Never a second placer.
So what is Gadget Rev Now's verdict? LG G8 in 2022.
This is a bittersweet moment for all of us who uses the LG phones in the past. I really like the LG phones and I've honestly used all their G series starting from G2 to G8. I even use Velvet and K series. I really think the LG phones are good phones. They just need a better PR to sell their phones. I will not recommend this phone to anyone who wants a great battery life out of their phones. I thought the battery was just alright, similar to what I get from Samsung S10e. Also for future support, parts of this phone will get harder and harder to find these days. And I'll recommend this to anyone who loves LG phones. This is the best phone the company will ever create. Maybe the last V-series phone, but certainly this will hit the top of the list. LG G8 is surprisingly good in 2022. The best LG phone. Period.
And I'll continue to compare this phone with other phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one.